welcome to day 12 of VLOGmas. So today I'm going to talk about seasonal depression and the difference between emotional versus medical. And the only reason that I'm even talking about the difference is just in the same way that people use depression in different ways. Seasonal depression is the same. So like with regular depression, there is a medical condition and an emotional condition, and it's the same for seasonal depression. And what I mean by that is when I say emotional, I do not mean that if you have medical depression, you are not going through emotional things too. Of course, it's all emotional, but when I make the specification, I'm talking about emotional, meaning it is because of a circumstance or a trauma or something of that nature that makes the depression come on, versus medically when something is altered in your brain, like your brain is actually not functioning correctly due to neurons and all the scientific lingo. If you're familiar with that or want to research that more, then that is due to your brain not functioning correctly. Regardless of what circumstance you're going through, your brain is still not functioning correctly. Whether everything's going great or everything's going terrible, your brain is still not working correctly. So that's the only reason why I like to make the difference, because when treating depression and seasonal depression, you have to know which one you're dealing with. You have to really get to the root of it. If you're dealing with depression all the time and it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, there's a chance that it is likely medical, meaning there's something wrong in your brain. Your brain is not functioning correctly. Now, if you get depressed about a certain thing that's happening in your life or about a certain season in your life, that's likely emotional, and it can alter your brain if you stay in that state long enough, and then you will train your brain to function wrong, basically. But if the onset is because of a circumstance, it is not likely that it is something wrong with your brain for the onset, if that makes sense. Do more research if you are interested in knowing the difference, but that's basically like just a Spark Note version of it. So when it comes to seasonal depression specifically, one thing that people don't know, it's not just winter that people deal with seasonal depression. You can deal with seasonal depression in the summer too. It just depends on how it hits you. And when it comes to the emotional side of seasonal depression, if you are depressed during the season because of family circumstances or life circumstances or finances or things like that, that is something that I really encourage you to seek talk therapy about, because it could be it could just be helpful in you just working through just letting go of the certain ideas and mindsets that you have attached to the season so that you can move forward effectively. Now, if it's a medical side of seasonal depression and your body is physically changing and it has nothing to do with like life circumstances, then you can look into seeking the medical side of it, possibly medication if that's for you, or there are a lot of other types of treatment. The treatment that I went through is called TMS. I did a video or a few videos on that before, but you can also research that. So there is a lot of options. And of course, when you're seeking medical treatment, talk therapy is also a part of that. So talk therapy is great whether you have emotional depression, regular depression, any other type of mental struggle, mental health condition, mental health disorder, mental health illness, whatever lingo you want to use, any of that is talk therapy is great for that. And then also just for day-to-day life, just to help you work through things. So therapy is good for everyone in some ways. So I'll actually do a separate video talking about therapy specifically, but I can already see that this video is getting long, and I'm trying to keep these videos around 5 to 7 minutes or less. So I will talk more about this. I guess I can call this a part 1, because I don't want this video to get too long, and I don't want to rush through things that need more attention and more detail. So for now, we'll just put a pause on this. And if you have any questions or want me to elaborate any more on any of this, you can place the comments below, and then I can elaborate more on the next video. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember to love always. Bye.